And Bill has addressed the fact that, and it is in the old contract. You all have a copy of it that simply rolls over. We can amend the administrative fees and the mileage fees.
If I could just maybe explain. We have an annual contract with the sheriff. It is based on the sheriff's charges to us, which is set each year through the sheriff's collective bargaining agreement. So they have an hourly rate for the various patrols and the people and the overtime, and it's all broken down in a letter that they deliver on an annual basis. We don't know if we, based on our bookkeeping, received that letter or not, but the fee schedule is worked out on an annual basis, and then we give the sheriff a letter of instruction essentially saying we want patrols at X period of time. These are above and beyond any normal patrols that the sheriff would take as part of the Dutchess County Sheriff's Department. So if we want, for instance, a sheriff in a car to patrol the wreck between the hours of 8 and 10, 3 days a week, we can specify that. They'll give us the hourly rate, and then that remains in effect until we say we don't want it anymore. We've generally done it for the summertime for patrolling the wreck and other town property to essentially make sure that there's no problems going on.
Generally in the summer when school's out and people are at loose ends, we can determine when we want the patrols. They don't have to be the same time on a regular schedule, which seems to be somewhat advisable so that people don't know when they're there and then come at another time to think about mischief. And we can change the times throughout the summer anytime we want. We just call them and tell them.
So if we agree to the contract and send it to them, we can adjust the hours at any time, because we had discussed at the workshop looking at how many calls they received, where the trouble was, and making a decision about whether or not we wanted to leave the patrols as they are or reduce them to reduce cost.
I believe, and I don't have it in front of me, but I believe we have to give them 7 days notice as a minimum. However, they may be willing to act on less than that. And we really don't submit a new contract. We just say that we want the sheriff's patrols to patrol, and my suggestion is we do this in writing, so that we have a record of it. And it's a budget issue as well. It's a question of how much you want to have done and the cost effectiveness of it.
Bill, if we build a new highway garage, we have plans in there for a sheriff's office and space. That's something we can use, negotiate this contract.
Yep. You can charge them rent.
So would you like to, shall we vote to renew the contract with the Sheriff's Department to patrol some areas of Stanford during the summer? Generally, it has been from the date school is finished. I don't know exactly when that day is, up until Labor Day.
25th or 6th.
Okay. You want to second it? The vote? All those in favor? Okay. The next item is just to set the public hearing for the proposed local law for the Greenway Compact. Just to remind everybody, the town board is considering joining the Greenway Compact. I have been getting comments from every town. There are 2 towns still remaining that I haven't gotten written comments from. I'm putting them into packets so that all town board members, all committee members of Planning Board, ZBA, CAC, and anybody else who's interested can read them. And then there'll be a public hearing. We'll set it for the July town board meeting. There'll be a presentation from someone from the county on the Greenway Compact, so you can learn about it.
Have the committees responded back with their,
I think they're waiting for the public hearing where they can ask questions. We won't vote during the July meeting. We can vote in August, so they'll have plenty of time to have the public hearing, to ask questions, to meet with themselves, and to give us comments, to send comments into the town board. I mean, there's a month between July and August. And they have the time now to, in fact, do any questions, ask any questions they want to do. And very soon, they will have all of the, hopefully by the early next week, all of the comments from towns that have been members.
I've got some more stuff here I want to pass out to the board regarding the Greenway. Can look at just more information. And I know Carol, for the people here on their master plan committee, the planning board, there's some things here also.
Where is it from, Mark?
Just different resources. One is actually from the Millerton News. They had a hearing in Millbrook. There's the article. So for anybody who wants it, and if we can get it to the committees, that would be great. And it's just
Do you have any for the town board members?
Sure.
There should be one of each for not. If there's not enough,
No,
just
I
give me
think-
one copy of everything
Yeah,
and I'll
I've got
Xerox it.
plenty. And,
I will copy these and put these with the packets that I hand out
Yeah, great.
to everybody.
Excellent.
Is this one copy? There were three different
There's
things?
three different
Oh,
things.
three different things. So what I'll do is I'll make copies of them and I will put them in with the packets
Excellent.
of the conversations, okay, the comments from towns. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So we need to set a public hearing, though, that we have to agree on. For July 8th. Does everybody vote on that?
No.
Is July 8th good for everybody? Okay. The next thing on the agenda is the request from the Master Plan Committee to extend the water and wastewater feasibility study contract with some revisions, to extend it until June of 11, correct? Bill had raised a question, I'm sorry, our town attorney, Mr. Bogle, had raised a question about binding future boards, whether that would be a problem. There's a lot of emails from people in the county water authority, and Dave Clauser, the engineer who is doing the study with his rates, 2 pages of his rates.
If I could just comment
Yes,
briefly.
Please, thank you.
The original contract was for the study to be done in 2009 at a total cost not to exceed $19,000, with it being split by the Dutchess County Water and Wastewater Authority, one half, and the town of Stamford one half. So each had made the appropriations in their various budgets. I don't know the extent of the work done to date. We know we've had expenses, but I'm not sure how complete the project is.